not hearing fireworks too loudly in here, I don't think. As you know, we've been hearing the Omicron news all week, so that may have dampened some folks wanting to come by. So, well, welcome to our Winter Solstice Celebration. I am David Breeden. I'm the Senior Minister here at First Unitarian Society. We are really happy you are here. Welcome to those in person. We didn't have a soul in the hall last year, so progress is being made. And we invite you to be part of the multi-platform community we have become. We have people Sunday morning in here, but most people stay at home and watch online safely. First Unitarian Society is a Unitarian Universalist humanist community dedicated to a free search for truth, meaning, and justice. Yes, due to COVID, we have had to scale back our solstice celebration again this year. Some of us are gathered here in person to welcome back the sun, though without our traditional dinner. Let's hear some boos there. Yeah, and without our traditional caroling, which always gets a little raucous. Yep. And no, we won't be dancing later, at least not in any formal way, though your soul can dance all it pleases, because we will be having some folk music. After the program, we will go downstairs. We do have dessert, yes, live music from our folk band, and a Yule log out there on our patio. Thanks for joining us today. Now, Phil Duran of our Seasonal Celebrations team will introduce our Revels program.
Greetings. Welcome to the Midwinter Revels program. We draw from many timeless traditions, Saturnalia, Yule, and more, to celebrate the winter solstice. Ancient, long-held midwinter holidays that fall on or near the solstice have always been a time of feasting, revelry, irreverence, and reflection, no matter what the religious or philosophical bent of the time. We here at FUS have adapted these older traditions for contemporary sensibilities. This is in fact not new for this congregation. Nearly a century ago, regarding what he called the Midwinter Festival, Reverend Dr. John Dietrich reminded our forebears that the particular charm about this festival is that it takes place when nature's face is cold and cheerless. The leaves have fallen from the trees. The earth looks brown and bare, or perhaps is covered with snow and ice. The ground is no longer soft beneath our feet, and the air is no longer mild, but instead a sort of rigidity and harshness and inhospitableness settles down upon the outer world. It is as if nature were aging and fading. It is not a time of rejoicing, but rather of mourning. And yet, in the face of all of this occurs the brightest, joyfulest festival of the year. We see and feel the wintry chill, and yet something takes place which makes us disregard it, which causes our spirit to triumph over it. The sun, which has been sinking to the southward, and so stripping the earth of warmth and life and beauty, sinks no more. The winter indeed continues. Outwardly, nature is the same, yet looking forward, we know that the power of the cold is broken, that in due time it will turn to spring and finally to summer. Our joy then has this peculiar quality, that it is in the midst of a time that on its surface should make us sad, that it is mixed with hope and faith, that it is a kind of triumph over what is immediately around us. No matter how cold without or how the winds blow, the festive joy is all the same. It is the contrast with all that is unpleasant without, this brightness in the midst of the darkness, that makes the charm, the glory of this chief festival of the year. And so we too gather this evening in community as people have been doing for centuries, to celebrate the midwinter season and bring good cheer to one another. Celebrating Yule is a humanistic and universal way to connect with the natural world and with one another. So, on with the celebration.
Hey ho, the north winds blow, the days are short and the nights are long, still I will be merry. Hey ho, the north winds blow, the days are short and the nights are long, still I will be merry. Hey ho, hey!
Greetings all, this wintertide. Cold winter air has come to bide this season of good cheer and dread, with reason plenty to stay in bed. What wind I'll blow, or air so slight, I'll have some fun this solstice night. A calm chill air might greet you fair, or blasting breath in bluster dare. But whether bland or whether bold, I'll blow you in from out in the cold. So welcome wind this wintertide, all season long I am at your side.
Hey ho, the sun hangs low, the days are short and the nights are long, still I will be merry. Hey ho, the sun hangs low, the days are short and the nights are long, still I will be merry. Hey ho, hey!
My greetings too, this solstice night. The winter sun takes early flight. My shine and shimmer quickly dim. The nights are long, the days are slim. So set your gaze on distant light, sprinkled stars and moonbeams bright, the universe itself ablaze. Look well beyond to better days. While solar rays must travel far, light a candle, shine your star. Then welcome back the sun this season, not out of fear, but of well-formed reason.
Hey ho, ice and snow, the days are short and the nights are long, still I will be merry. Hey ho, ice and snow, the days are short and the nights are long, still I will be merry. Hey ho, hey!
I bring my greetings cold and clear, water of life and cup of cheer. To bygone days I'll raise a toast, 'tis winter time I love to host. For winter wonders all perform, snow and sleet the season's norm, an ever-changing substance be, hydrological, chameleon, me. I'll freeze the sky and cover the ground, I'll give my all without a sound. So welcome water, winter's jest, a snowy, icy, slippery mess.
Hey ho, bleak and cold, the days are short and the nights are long, still I will be merry. Hey ho, bleak and cold, the days are short and the nights are long, still I will be merry. Hey ho, hey!
Season's greetings, one and all. So glad you're here, not at the mall. To honor Earth now at midwinter, crowned by the stars above that glitter. And while I lay me down to rest, good people all, come share my best. Ample food and Yule log bring, friends together dance and sing. In winter evergreen I stand to decorate my wonderland. So welcome earth of steadfast beauty. Home to all, I am yours truly. Welcome Yule.
And all the people said,
Welcome
Yule!
We've come to bring a winter song. Sing Noel, sing Noel. The days are short and nights are long. Sing Noel. be of good cheer. Sing Noel, Noel. Welcome in the season. Celebrate, rejoice, and sing. In this joyful season, let your voices ring. Welcome in the Yuletide. Hear the music fill the air on this festive season that comes but once a year. The trees are dressed with frozen rain. Sing Noel, sing Noel. When frost is on the window pane, sing Noel, Noel. Cast out the chill and icy wind. Sing Noel, sing Noel. Share the joy and warmth within. Sing Noel, Noel. Welcome in the season. Celebrate, rejoice, and sing. In this joyful season, let your voices ring. Welcome in the Yuletide. Hear the music fill the air on this festive season that comes but once a year. Come join our winter song. Sing Noel, sing Noel. Come lift your voices loud and strong. Sing Noel, Noel. Sing Noel, sing Noel, sing Noel, sing Noel. Join together and sing Noel.
Every year, our in-house Mummers troupe puts on a Mummers play. For those of you who aren't familiar with mumming, it's street theater that's been practiced in Northern Europe in one form or another for centuries. It's essentially amateur theatrics, especially for festival occasions. We bring it inside and adapt it for our purposes as part melodrama and part readers' theater. But true to its origins, mumming is the people's theater with characteristic social commentary and satire. Without further ado, we now present to you Winter Winds.
Scene 1, an ill wind.
The north wind does blow, and we will have snow, and what will we all do then?
We'll huddle together to weather the weather. 'Tis midwinter time again. The north wind does blow, so we've got to lay low. And what will we all do then? We'll tell a good tale this night to avail. 'Tis midwinter time again.
The north wind does blow, but we've got quite a show. It's surely one to delight.
The mummers are here to bring us good cheer this midwinter solstice night.
Oh, it was a cold and dreary night, the darkest of the year. A fierce wind had come up. Surely a storm was brewing.
There's an ill wind blowing, blowing, blowing. An ill wind blowing through the land.
Oh, it set me with quite a chill. But trudging along on my usual evening walk, I happened upon a rather wary wolf and an ornery owl. Well, hello there, my good neighbors. How is it that you critters are out on such a blustery night as this?
Who's asking? And what business is it of yours?
Well, it's me, Father Winter. And it is my business to know the comings and goings of all the flora and fauna in the winter landscape.
Oh, really? That's a good one. None of your kind cares a hoot about creatures other than yourselves.
Humans are completely taking over, hunting us down, clearing fields and forests, carving out roads everywhere, even building more golf courses in the middle of nowhere.
We're always in danger with fewer places left to go. And who among your kind even cares?
Well, I care. I've been watching, sadly, as my favorite woods and fields disappear.
What do you mean, your woods and fields? This is not your land. You people are all alike. You think the whole world exists just for you.
This is our home. We live here, or try to. Who do you think you are? Masters of the earth?
Okay. I get your point. But people are not all bad and not all alike. I didn't want this land to become developed and despoiled by more of my kind. But what can I do? I'm just an old codger who most people would just as soon forget.
There's an ill wind blowing, 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 an ill wind blowing through the land.
There's no peace and quiet around here anymore. And look, there's a huge party in our old neighborhood. Surely we're not even welcome.
And who gives a hoot about that? It wouldn't be our kind of party anyway.
What a night out there. Oh, Father Winter, and you brought friends. Come in, do join the party. Have some hot chocolate and cookies.
Well, if it isn't Lucia, Santa Lucia, what brings you out this way?
Doing my holiday rounds to some families and youth without homes who are sheltering here. Got to spread good cheer and share a few goodies at this darkest time of year.
Of course, your specialty. I commend you, Lucia. What good work you do.
Thank you, my friend. Perhaps you'd like to greet folks and bring some holiday cheer yourself.
I'm not sure these folks want to listen to me regaling the virtues and vicissitudes of the winter season, especially with a big storm coming.
Why wouldn't they? Winter is just delightful. And a good storm can be so fun.
Oh, absolutely, but only if you're properly prepared in a world where people actually look after one another.
That's true. The world has gone crazy. Too many people are homeless, estranged from their families and friends, abandoned by their communities entirely.
And everybody blames me for the storms and challenges of the season. I don't create the weather. I just help people get through it. It's society that's gone amok.
In modern times, the cold is shocking. Folks can't stop their constant balking. But everyone knows, in winter, it snows. Anything goes.
Good people, too, who once had skills to weather those harsh and wintry chills, should still suppose in winter it snows. Anything goes.
The world's gone mad today.
It's hard to make your way.
Or find a place to stay.
No heat, you'll freeze today.
No rent, you're out today.
No job, bad luck today.
Hell-bent with fines to pay.
You're on your own today.
About to foreclose in those cold winter throes? Who cares? Who knows? Anything goes.
So while we wait for a great reformer, we all get pushed back in our own corner.
Lives about to implode, and we all get snowed.
But everyone knows anything goes.
Miss Lucia, may I please have another cookie?
Of course, Annie, help yourself.
Me too. I want another cookie too.
Mind your manners, Peter. You should say, please, may I have another cookie?
Nah, I don't beg. If I want more cookies, I'll have more cookies. Just 'cause we're at a shelter doesn't mean we have to ask for every little thing. More cookies for all the lost boys.
And girls. But the point isn't about begging, which we're not. It's about being polite. That's what good people do. Be polite to one another.
That's right. But no worries, there's plenty for everyone when we share what we have.
So, who are you anyway in that getup?
Peter, this is Santa Lucia. She brings food and treats to everyone during the darkest time of year.
What's with the candles on her head?
Tradition, of course. Before electricity, when it got dark, people lit their way by candlelight. With the candles on my head, I can serve food more easily.
And at this darkest time of year, Lucia's candles remind us to brighten the world as we're able.
And who are you?
Leapin' lizards, Peter! You've been in Neverland too long. You're in the Northland now, and it's winter, if you hadn't noticed.
Duh! How do you think I ended up here at the shelter? I'm not prepared for this weather. It's cold here.
Well, say hello to Father Winter. He makes winter fun, brings people together to have a good time when it's so cold and dark.
Fun. Really? This I gotta see.
All right then. Who's ready for a little adventure?
Adventure? I'm in.
Not without me.
Splendid! There's a storm brewing outside, and perhaps I can show you both a whole new world.
We'll have to find some warm clothes, though. You've got to bundle up good in weather like this. Then off you go.
Scene 2. Into the storm.
The north wind is blowing and howling and groaning, fiercely and frigidly, wildly imposing. The north wind is blowing, so bundle up good.
Father Winter, where are we? It's really stormy out here.
Peter, you've got to wrap that scarf around you. Welcome to the North Woods.
I can hardly see through the snow. What's going on?
Let's stop and listen.
Blow, blow, my winter wind, for I am not so unkind as man's ingratitude. My tooth is not so keen, because I am not seen, although my breath be rude. Hi-ho, sing hi-ho, unto the green holly. Most friendship is feigning, most loving mere folly. Then hi-ho, the holly, this life is most jolly.
Whoa, whoa, who's there?
Who's that talking?
That's the North Wind. Oh, what a character. Sure knows how to make a racket.
The north wind is talking? Wow, that's dope.
But what are they saying?
It's quoting Shakespeare. One of their favorites.
Quoting Shakespeare. Ha ha! Shakespeare got that from me.
Sorry, my friend. I should have known. Words well spoken, and sadly too true.
A good fellow, that Shakespeare. He was keen to observe the natural world and listen to its creatures and its elements, like yours truly.
Ah, yes, and I dare say he really nailed those human foibles, too.
Indeed. Freeze, freeze, thou bitter sky, thou dost not bite so nigh as benefits forgot. Though thou the water warp, thy sting is not so sharp as a friend remembered not. Hi-ho, sing hi-ho, unto the green holly. Most friendship is feigning, most loving mere folly. Then hi-ho, the holly, this life is most jolly.
Dude, what are you saying? Trying to confuse me with all your fancy talk?
Okay, let me break it down for you, dude. It's simple. Get out in nature. That is where your true friends are, here among the holly and the evergreen trees.
Well. Just look at these folks up here in the North Woods. There's just no escaping them.
Whoa, is that a talking wolf now?
Leapin' lizards, it is! And this may not be Neverland, Peter, but it is a mummer's play. It seems like everyone and everything talks here.
And I'm a talking owl who is very wise. So get with the program.
I'm down with that. You just surprised me.
What? I didn't scare you? Ow! Ow, ow, ow!
Leaping lizards, now you did. Was that really necessary?
Maybe, maybe not. Why, though, are you here in our woods so far from your home? Can't you just leave us alone?
We're on an adventure with Father Winter.
We're on an adventure with Father Winter.
You don't have to be so rude just 'cause you can talk.
I thought you were an owl, not a parrot.
And who said we can't visit these woods? It's good to get out in nature, right?
Since when do people just visit these woods and get out in nature without doing major damage?
You know, you really are starting to sound like a parrot. But then I've never heard an owl talk.
Probably not the first critter you've never heard before, since all people ever do is listen to
Oh
themselves.
dear, this adventure is not going well at all. Can we stop the nastiness?
There's an ill will brooding, goading more contempt and feuding. Feel that ill will brooding cross the land.
On it goes, there's more disputing, stirring up, endless colluding.
Yikes! That ill will's getting out of hand.
Who can stop that ill will fueling further disdain that's just so grueling?
And deterring peace within our land.
Hey, let's start over. I've never met an owl or wolf before, especially ones that talk, and I'm very happy to make your acquaintance.
Totally. Me too. You have a problem with that?
Not necessarily, but in my experience, you can't trust people. They're always up to no good.
People don't give a hoot about anyone other than themselves. You trash the land, destroy our habitats, and now because of you people, we've got more fires raging through the forests.
Oh my, that's truly awful.
We're constantly on the run, hunted at every turn. We can't roam the forests and fields safely or freely anymore.
No way. Animals have got to be free. Just like I want to be, to roam the whole wild world.
Where have you children been? That world doesn't exist anymore. People don't give a hoot if we survive, or the planet for that matter.
No wonder the animals are so unhappy.
And the north wind doesn't think too much of us either.
Humans have a lot to learn from the natural world, the animals, and the elements.
Blustery winter, gentle spring, sultry summer, and fickle fall. I'm a breeze, I'm a tease who can twist and howl and gust and squall. Whatever the season, there are lessons for all.
Of course, winter is my favorite, where you learn how to weather the storms of life.
Do you know how the animal kingdom is attuned to the cycle of the seasons, sharing the forests and fields as is suitable at each time of year?
But people want everything for yourselves. You should just go back to your own homes and leave us alone.
But I don't have a home to go back to.
Me neither. Don't you know, it's a hard knock life for lots of people, too. That's why we're at the homeless shelter now.
What? A homeless shelter? For humans?
People who have just about everything already.
How can that be?
What did I tell you? Blow, blow my winter wind, for I am not so unkind as man's ingratitude. Most friendship is feigning, most loving mere folly. Such a sorry lot. You humans leave just about everybody out in the cold.
I won't lie. The storms, they can be harsh. Survival, It ain't easy, but the earth does have resources to share, and I've got my whole pack that I can depend upon.
How is it that you human youngins don't have shelter and someone to look after you, to help you find food and clothing?
Blustering balderdash, fair weather or foul, humans have taken more than their share of the earth's resources, and they still can't take care of their own.
Goodness knows I try to impart my wisdom every winter. How we all need each other. We're more likely to survive when we live in harmony with the natural world and share and cooperate with each other. But who's listening?
The world's gone mad today. Can't deal with nature's way.
Who needs those fields to stay? Critters, get out the way.
More roads to build today. Pipelines are here to stay.
More stuff to buy today. More food to waste away. Winter is so passé, we'll go on holiday.
And dream the cold away and worry some future day.
Who's ready to expose those decadent woes?
Who cares?
Who knows?
Anything goes.
So while we all wait for the right revolution, we all still look for the easiest solution.
But who can propose something not to oppose when everyone knows?
Anything goes.
An owl who hooted loud.
Midwinter time, midwinter time.
There was an owl who hooted loud.
Midwinter time in the north woods.
There was a wolf who was no fool.
Midwinter time, midwinter time.
There was a wolf who was no fool.
Midwinter time in the north woods.
There was a pig who hurried and hid.
Midwinter time, midwinter time.
There was a pig who hurried and hid.
Midwinter time in the north woods.
There was a crow who put on a show.
Midwinter time, midwinter time.
There was a crow who put on a show.
Midwinter time in the north woods.
There was a fox who took some knocks.
Midwinter time, midwinter time.
There was a fox who took some knocks.
Midwinter time in the north woods.
There was a hare most debonair.
Midwinter time, midwinter time.
There was a hare most debonair.
Midwinter time in the north woods.
There was a dove sang peace and love.
Midwinter time, midwinter time.
There was a dove sang peace and love.
Midwinter time in the north woods. Then all went out to greet the sun. Solstice day, solstice day. And all went out to greet the sun. Solstice day in the north woods.
Scene 3, Winds of Change.
Looking out on a winter's night, stars fill the sky and shine so bright. Chilly winds sweep across the land, snow-dabbled trees in beauty stand.
Fox and hare and wolf and owl through their winter habitat prowl. Safe and sheltered, nature's design. 'Tis earth's wonders, people malign.
Eco-healing within our grasp to shift our course from a bungled past. Earth is turning, the hour has come.
Time to change, a new day begun.
My return to Neverland will have to wait. I've got to stay here in the Northland and protect the animals from the marauding masses of humanity.
You're right. We've got to save the homes and habitat of all the defenseless critters. But what can we do?
I've got my sword somewhere around here. Me and the Lost Boys will lead the charge.
Ah, not so fast, young man. This isn't Neverland. Swords are no good here, and certainly not now, if ever they were.
But don't you see? Neverland has been preparing me for this real-life adventure all along. I've got this.
Peter, we've got to find ways to live in harmony with nature and other creatures, not attack and destroy one another.
You want adventure, Peter? The survival of all living beings and the planet is the real-life adventure of our time. Why don't you join forces with the environmental activists, the climate warriors, and earth protectors?
That's a real thing?
Leaping lizards, I think I've seen them. They're all over the news and social media.
And it's the young people like Greta Thunberg who are leading the charge.
Yes.
She's a friend of mine from the old country.
Greta is awesome. She's got fans and followers all around the world.
I'm in.
Winter used to be the best time for teaching survival skills. But with today's climate crisis, maybe old fools like me don't have much to offer.
That's not true. At the heart of it, the principles are still the same. The earth is our only home, and none of us will survive. The cold, the dark, the storms, the floods, the fires, the degradation. If we don't learn to live together within Earth's limits.
Oh, the places I'll go to take on this global crisis.
Well, that's great for you, Peter, but I still want to live in a real home right here. Someplace warm and safe, with a family who knows and loves me.
Of course, everyone needs shelter from the storms of life, Annie. I want to see a Yule log in every hearth, with ample food and kinship dear in every home.
Someday I'm going to have a proper home like that.
You will, Annie. I'm sure of it.
We can still go on outings with Father Winter, too.
Oh, I'll muster up all the snow and bluster that I can.
Ooh, have adventures in the park, like skating and sledding and building snow forts.
Never a dull moment with me.
And we can still go snowshoeing in the North Woods, right? Look for wolf tracks and listen to owls, but never disturb their home.
That's the spirit, Peter. I think you have what it takes to be an earth protector.
And we'll all come back home to share hot chocolate and cookies with friends.
We'll sing and dance around the Yule log. Invite the neighbors in for a hearty cup of cheer.
Then, at the end of the day, someone who loves you very much will tuck you in and tell you a good bedtime story.
One that's full of adventure.
No doubt about it. Stories full of adventure.
To dream the long winter nights away.
The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the worries and the sorrow. Till there's none, the sun will come out tomorrow. So you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, tomorrow, the solstice, the midwinter solstice, you're only a day away.
That's right! Can you feel it, friends? The big tilt, the axial tilt.
The axial tilt!
The earth, oops.
The reason for the season.
The earth is turning back toward the sun.
Bringing assurance of light and warmth for the year ahead. So be of good cheer, all creatures, great and small.
Seek peace on earth, goodwill toward all.
Yes, friends, it's a tale as old as time, true as it can be, told for our delight on this winter's night since antiquity.
Winter solstice night, ever a surprise, ever just as sure that we will endure and the sun will rise.
Tale as old as time, true as it can be. Hail this solstice night, rebirth of the light. Welcome it with glee.
Happy Winter Solstice!
Yes, friends, the darkness wins, but these short days so celebrate light. Today, the lemon sunrise lasted a few hours until sunset. All day, the snow glowed pink and purple in the trees. This is not a time of black and white, my friends, outside us, amongst us too. Let's sing what winter forces us to know. We measure warmth by love, not by degrees.
A fire is burning, the long night draws near. All who need comfort are welcome by here. We'll dance neath the stars and toast the past year, for the spirit of solstice is still living here. We'll count all our blessings while the mother lays down the snow as her blanket, covering the ground. Thanks to the mother for the life that she brings. She'll waken to warm us again in the spring. The poor and the the sick and the lost. These are our children, no matter the cost. Come by the fire, the harvest to share, for the spirit of solstice is still living here. The fire is burning, is burning, draws near, draws near. Need comfort, I welcome the dancing stars and toast the last year, for the spirit of solstice is still living here. The spirit of solstice is still living here.
We gather on this long winter night to find warmth in each other's company and to plumb nature's wisdom in the depths of its harshest season. More than any other time of year, winter exposes our vulnerabilities and magnifies our worries. And all the more so for those facing economic hardship, sickness, and uncertainty. Life stripped bare in winter makes plain our common need. Yet winter also reminds us of the resilience and sufficiency of the natural world. We witness the beauty of evergreen conifers frosted with snow, the endurance of hardwood trees sculpted against the sky, the stealthy footprints of critters making their way across the winter landscape, the dormant snow-covered fields and flora holding seeds for the coming spring. With the earth at rest, the season invites us to reflect on our affinity to the natural world and our need for each other. These days beckon us to put on a cloak of compassion for all sentient beings and to warm ourselves in a blanket of gratitude for our precious planet. As we watch and wait for the return of the sun, let us resolve to do the good that we can for each other and for our natural world. I invite you to join me in affirming these solstice intentions with the hopeful refrain of peace on earth, goodwill to all. Peace on earth, goodwill to all. On these long winter nights, look out into the same night sky shared by the people across the globe and hope for peace on earth,
goodwill to all.
Create out of the cold indifference of our contemporary world a compassionate way of life for peace
on earth, goodwill to all.
Learn from winter's scarcity to preserve resources for present and future generations to bring about
peace on earth, goodwill to all.
Cherish the rich diversity of plants and animals with which we share this planet to ensure
peace on earth, goodwill to all.
Give from your abundance to supply another's need to advance
peace on earth, goodwill to all.
Expand the bonds of human kinship and circles of care to foster
peace on earth, goodwill to all.
Watch the sun rise again over this ever-turning planet, our only home, and commit again to
peace on earth, goodwill to all.
So may it be.
Yonder come day, day is a breaking. Yonder come day, oh my soul. Yonder come day, day is a breaking. Sun is a rising in my soul. Yonder come day.
rising in my soul. Rise, people, all together. Rise, people, don't delay. Rise, people, all together. Sun is arising in my soul. Well, rise, people, all together. Rise, people, don't delay. Rise, people, all together. Sun is arising, it's a brand new day.
Having gathered, now we part with nature's imprint on your heart by earth's beauty, pine and holly. Hope is evergreen and jolly.
Outside, snow and ice may rule, but here inside, libations fuel warmth and joy for all good ends. A good night toast to you, my friends.
It's long past time to say farewell, yet turning earth will soon dispel these darkest hours of winter's night and bring me back to glorious light.
And now I too must say good night. My chilly air's not meant to spite, but bring good neighbors all together to fend against the fierce winter weather. Good Yule.
And
all the people said, Good Yule!
In their sadness like a stone, we have yearned, we have yearned. We have sometimes felt so faint we want to fall, while we turn, while we turn. We've been stricken by the wonder of it all, stricken dumb, stricken dumb. We have sometimes felt so faint we want to fall, overcome. All in all, I'd say this year in flight together has been fun. What say we make one more circle around the sun? I'd say this year in flight together has been fun. What say we make one more circle around the sun? We have raised our fists in anger and we've tried to work it out, to work it out. That we need each other we cannot deny. There is no doubt, there is no doubt. So let us weave another dream in outer space, while we're turning, while we're turning on this planet home that holds our human race. We are still learning, but all in all, I'd say this year in flight together has been fun. What say we make one more circle round the sun? I'd say this year in flight together has been fun. What say we make one more circle, one more circle, one more circle round the sun?
thanks everybody for joining in our solstice celebration. And those in the hall, please join us downstairs for a Yule fire and some folk music and some snacks. Thank you for coming.
Are we trying to set up sound or should we just go acoustic?
Oh, yeah. Any weirdness or problem?
Good, reach down there.
Yeah, you know, I mean, when we dropped the fact of charging, you know, it was really fun. People were just Omicron.